In the Western Front, the sudden emergence of a mysterious Chosen One has reignited the hopes of the people. The newly assembled army of Varia made rapid progress under the command of this Chosen One, and is now on the march to reclaim Serenia from the Empire. Combined with some internal turmoil regarding succession in Reyes at the same time, it seems that the scales of war have suddenly tipped. While Lord Bernard is still en route to rejoin the Western Front, the Chosen One was suddenly summoned to Navarone by orders of the Varian king. King Volsens declares that an armistice between the kingdom and empire is nigh, and sends the Chosen One off to negotiate the peace treaty alone. Deciding that the Synod Knights may intervene with his plans, King Volsens feigns an olive branch and summons Rhys, delivering us dire news. Rosvic and Vermillion's forces are surrounded in the city of Bastogne, and they need our help to rescue them. Though the news about Vermillion's dire situation is real, the true intention of this mission is to keep Rhys's forces out of Navarone for some unknown reason. Princess Sienna, realizing that something is amiss about Rhys's mission, pleads with him to not go, but Rhys will not abandon his friends. Sienna eventually acquiesces and decides to give Rhys the legendary sword Lothong to keep him safe on his journey. The situation in Bastogne is indeed dire. Roswick is wounded and Vermillion's forces cannot easily retreat. The Empire's army, numbering over 10,000 strong, are already at their door. Vermillion, out of concern for Rhys's safety, refuses to let the Synod Knights, a small army of 500 soldiers, engage the Empire in battle. Facing 20-1 odds, Rhys steels his resolve and vows to buy Vermillion time to retreat, even if it costs him his life. The curtain rises on the city of Bastogne as the Synod Knights face their destiny, diving headfirst into a battle that they have no hope of winning. So begins Chapter 13, Silent City. Objective: protect the 5 forts of Bastogne for 15 turns. This is the last main story map that involves tactics ranking, and this map only has 2 points up for grabs. 1 point for simply clearing the map, and the second for defeating Conan. Conan is the boss of this map. He is on the top left corner and will never move, requiring us to extend aggressively to take him down. This will give us all 35 tactics points and allow us to brag using our stat screen when we beat the game. Hope you have them all. Our deployments are scattered all over Bastogne, and the 5 forts are spaced relatively far apart. Enemies on this map start numerous and will charge at us from all sides in formation. Though the top right corner will never see an enemy, the fact that our units start all over the place and must simultaneously stall out 3 advancing fronts make the opening of this map extremely chaotic. Divide your forces into 3 wisely, understanding that all 3 sides must each face insurmountable odds in a wide open field. This will be a bloody battle, and will seek to push the strengths of your individual units to their limits. While your forces are fighting for their lives, spare a few people to take care of the side quests. There are 3 houses in Bastogne that can be searched. 2 of them contain crafting materials, while the 3rd contains a treasure. There are also 4 horses on the map, 1 stranded in the middle of nowhere and 3 more in the pen. Have some units go pick up these horses for a side quest. These horses do not go into your inventory, allowing 1 unit to collect all 4 if you want. Make sure that these 2 things are done early on before the fighting gets too intense. The initial enemy forces are vast, but they are all you have to contend with for a while. Enemy reinforcements on this map will not arrive until turn 7. Depending on the efficacy of your army, you may either find yourself holding on for dear life, or have already routed them all before the reinforcements even show up. Play as aggressively as you can to keep the enemies off the forts. The more enemies you clear out in the opening turns, the more you will be rewarded for the final few turns of the map. With aggressive enough play, you can even easily take down Conan during this time. On turn 7, reinforcements will start appearing in groups of 4, starting with the top left, with subsequent reinforcements spawning counterclockwise on turns 8 and 9. Though the reinforcements are threatening, if most of the starting enemies have been wiped out, their numbers will be too small to mount a solid offense against you. On turn 11, the bottom right reinforcements will include a Wormwood Race Priest and a Ballista. This is the only Ballista that will spawn on the entire map. Destroying it will complete your 2nd side quest, and the final one in all of Berwick Saga. Make sure that your army is able to anticipate its arrival and dismantle it. After taking care of this ballista, start falling back immediately. It's time to abandon the town. The final wave of reinforcements appearing on turn 13 in the bottom left and bottom right is absolutely brutal. and will run you over without a second thought. But fortunately, that's all they'll do. This so-called kill team appearing on this turn will never actually attempt to capture a fort in Bastogne. They are only here to hunt us down. Depending on how much distance we pulled from the edge of the map after smashing the ballista, the retreat can be either clean or messy. It's time to consider self-preservation and survive for the final few turns against the wyverns and lancers. If you can survive to turn 15, you have won. The final turn will fire off a map trigger that will cause all Imperial forces to flee the map instead of continuing the pursuit. Therefore, as long as your army can withstand the onslaught on turns 13 and 14, this map is yours. After this map, make your final preparations for the endgame. Spend your denarii down to the last. This is the point of no return, and you will no longer have any shopping, quests, or side events remaining. Chapters 14 and 15 will be played back to back, and you must prepare yourself to stock up as well as you possibly can to tackle the final sets of challenges in the game. Take all the time you need to sort yourself out. See you soon.